Hello students, by this video let us study about the stability of half-filled and completely filled orbitals. So, what do you mean by half-filled or completely filled orbital? So, half-filled orbitals means orbitals are not completely filled. Yes, now for example, d orbitals can accommodate 10 electrons. So, if 5 electrons are present in that d orbital, then it is half-filled d orbital. And if all 10 electrons are present in the d orbital, then it is completely filled orbital. Okay, understood the difference? Yes. So, these half-filled orbitals or completely filled orbitals are more stable compared to that of partially filled orbitals or partially filled degenerate orbitals. So, partially filled orbitals means neither they are half-filled or completely filled. So, I take the example of d orbital. D orbital can accommodate 10 electrons. If it is 5 electrons, then it is half-filled. If it is 10 electrons, it is completely filled. In between 5 and 10, like 2 electron or 3 electron or 6 electron or 7 electron, like that. In between, if it comes, other than 5 electron and 10 electron, if it is present in the d orbital, then they are partially filled d orbital. Got it? And they are also degenerate orbital. Why? Because d orbital there are 5 types of d orbital, right? What are they? dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square, and dz square. Likewise, 5 d orbitals are the 5 types of d orbitals are there. Fine. So all these d orbitals, they are having same amount of energy. Okay. So compared to s orbital, p orbital is having more energy. Compared to p orbital, d orbital is having more energy. F orbital is having more energy than that of d orbital. Okay. So in the increasing order of orbitals, the energy is also increasing. Okay. So in degenerate orbitals, all the types of d orbitals will be having same amount of energy. So they are called as degenerate orbitals. So f orbitals, they can also be called as degenerate orbitals because there are 7 types of f orbitals. So all these 7 types are having equal amount of energy. So that's why they are called as degenerate orbitals. Taking the example of chromium, the atomic number is 24. Its electronic configuration can be written like this: argon 3d4 4s2. So this is the expected configuration of chromium, that is argon 3d4 4s2. But that is not the correct method of correct electronic configuration. Okay, so here they are unstable. So in this case, that the orbital is unstable. Yes, there is no symmetrical distribution and exchange of energies here. Okay, so in the case of chromium, this is the expected electronic configuration, but that is not the correct one. So the actual configuration is that argon 3d5 4s1. So how did you get 3d5? The orbital is having only 4 electrons in the case of chromium, but the actual electronic configuration of chromium is 3d5 4s1. So 1 electron from the s orbital, it is being transferred to or shifted to d orbital, which is having 4 electrons. Likewise, the d orbital become with 5 electrons and 4s orbital with 1 electron. Okay, transferring of electron is done here. Okay, so why it is done? In order to attain stability. So d4, 3d4 is partially filled orbital, degenerate orbital. 3d4 is the partially filled degenerate orbital. So in order, and it is unstable. So in order to make the d orbital, 3d orbital stable, what happens? S orbital donate 1 electron to d orbital and make d orbital stable. Yes, so that is symmetrical distribution of electron take place here. Symmetrical distribution of electron take place. So this symmetrical distribution of electron make the d orbital, make the chromium element stable. Got it? Now it is the stable condition. Why it is the stable condition? Because d orbital Got it? So that is nothing but your symmetrical distribution. Symmetry always leads to stability. When electrons are distributed symmetrically, then the stability is more in that atom. Whereas when the electrons are, when the orbitals are partially filled, when there is unsymmetrical distribution of electrons in the orbital, that means that the orbital will be partially filled, and that leads to instability. Okay, unsymmetrical distribution of electron always leads to unstable condition of the atom, whereas symmetrical distribution of electron, as in the case of chromium, will always lead to stability of the element or the atom. Got it? So that's why the example is given here in the case of chromium. Now we can see here two block diagrams are given here. We know p orbitals, it is having it can accommodate 6 electrons. P orbitals can accommodate 6 electrons. Yes. So in the first block diagram, you can see single electron in each of the type of p orbital. This is px, py, p is a single electron. So this is half filled orbital. Whereas orbitals filled with 2 electrons, and it is completely filled orbitals. Okay, so both these half filled orbital and completely filled orbital are stable, whereas partially filled orbital they are unstable. Now likewise the d orbital also can see either d orbital should contain 5 electrons or d orbital should contain 10 electrons, then they are stable. Then if in the case of f orbital should contain 7 electrons, that is half filled, or 14 electrons, that is completely filled. So this is the stable condition of the f orbital. Understanding? So that's what you should understand, the symmetrical distribution of electron. So this is the symmetrical distribution of electron. Symmetrical distribution of electron always lead to stability of an atom, and unsymmetrical distribution of electron, that is the partially filled degenerate orbitals, they are unsymmetrical distribution of electrons, so that will lead to unstable, like this, unstable atoms or the elements. Okay, so the first electronic configuration is unstable, they are partially filled d orbital, whereas in the second case, for the actual electronic configuration, d orbital is stable because of the symmetrical distribution of electron in the 3d orbital. Understanding? So there is also another reason that shielding of one electron the other is very small, and electrons are more attracted by the nucleus and are more stable. Now let us see the exchange energy. So stability of half-filled and completely filled orbitals are due to symmetrical distribution and exchange of energy. So about symmetrical distribution, we have already studied the previous concept, previously we studied. Now we study about the exchange energy. What do you mean by exchange energy? That means 2 or more electrons with the same spin. So same spin means like this. One electron spin is like this. This is same spin. See, they are in the same direction, spinning in the same direction. Okay. So 2 or more like these electrons, they are having same spin. They are present in the degenerate orbital. Now this is a p orbital. So p orbital is having half-filled p orbital. So all the 3 electrons are the same spin. Yes, they are degenerate orbital because they are having equal amount of energy. Okay. So when like this 2 or more electrons, they are in the same spin and are present in the degenerate orbitals like this, then there is possibility of exchanging the position of electrons. Okay, there is the possibility of exchanging the position of electron. Okay, so there is possibility for exchanging position of what? Position of electrons. Okay, so what happened during this exchange of electrons is, so during exchange of electrons, energy is released. So this released energy is called as exchange energy. Got it? So when 2 or more electrons with the same spin are present in the degenerate orbitals like this. Yes? So in that case, the electrons can exchange energy. So there is possibility of exchanging the position of electron. Got it? So when the position of electron is exchanged, energy is released. So that released energy is called as exchange energy. So when exchange energy is, when position of then the exchange energy released also will be more. Okay, so more the exchanging the position, more will be the energy released. So that is the exchange energy will be more released. Okay, so due to this reason, what happened? The half-filled and completely filled orbitals are more stable. Okay, so more exchanging the position, and as a result, more exchange energy is released. So that can be seen in the case of half-filled orbitals or completely filled orbitals, but that cannot be seen in the case of partially filled orbitals. Okay, yes, so more exchange in the position of electron and more energy released, exchange energy released. So that is seen in the case of half-filled orbitals and completely filled orbitals. So now let us understand by taking the example of chromium. Chromium atomic number 24. Its electronic configuration, actual electronic configuration is argon 3d5 4s1. So here the symmetrical distribution of electron is seen here. Here d orbital is half filled. Okay. So because the d orbital is half filled, how did the d orbital is half filled? One electron from the s orbital is donated to d orbital, and likewise d orbital is half filled. Okay. Yes. So that is the answer. So this is the actual electronic configuration of chromium. Okay, so because of this half-filled d orbital, it is there is 10 possible exchanges, 10 possible exchange of the position of electrons here. Okay, there are 10 possible exchanges of the position of electron. So as a result, the stability of this chromium element is increased. Chromium atom is increased. Okay, but this is the expected electronic configuration of argon, expected. So actual electronic configuration is this is stable electronic configuration, whereas this is unstable electronic configuration. This is the expected electronic configuration. So here the d orbital is having only 4 electron, whereas s orbital is having 2 electron. Okay, so d orbital is partially filled. So because of this reason, what happens? There are possible exchanges of electron. So how many? 6 exchanges are possible. 6 possible exchanges are seen in the case of partially filled d orbital, whereas in this case it is half filled d orbital. So in this case 10 possible exchanges. So it's already said that more exchange, more possible exchange in the position of electron, more energy is released. So as a result, it is more stable. Okay, whereas when they that is partially filled orbital exchanges of electron position is less. So as a result, they are unstable. Okay, so now let us see how these 10 possible exchanges take place in the 3d5 orbital. So this is 3d5 orbital which contains 5 electrons. Okay, so in the 3d5 orbital, as the first electron can have a possible exchange, 4 possible exchange. So this first electron can exchange its position to position here, 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 here. So 4 possible exchanges are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the first electron can exchange its position to second block, third block, fourth block, fifth block. Okay, fifth, understanding? So likewise 4 possible exchange, whereas here the second electron can exchange its position to this one position, second position, third position. So these are the 3 possible exchanges for the second electron. Now here in this 3d orbital, the third electron can exchange its position here and here. So two possible exchanges seen in the case of third electron. Whereas here the fourth electron can exchange only its position towards the right side. Only here it can exchange. So that's why only 1 possible exchange. Whereas for the second electron, 2 possible exchange is there. For third electron, 3 possible exchange. For the first electron, 4 possible exchange. So when you sum up all these possible exchanges, like 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, so that is equal to 10. So in the chromium, the 3d5 orbital electrons, as electrons of the same spin, in chromium, the 3d5 orbital which is half filled, so electron can exchange its position 3, 4, 4 electron is represented. So in this 4 electron, the first electron can exchange its position to the second place, third place, fourth place. Okay, so in the case of 3d4 orbital of chromium, it is partially filled. It is having 4 electrons, so that 4 electrons is represented here. So first electron can change its position, it can exchange its position to this orbital, this one or this one. So this arrow mark is indicating the change in the position of the first electron. So it can change the position to this one here, and one position possible exchange, second, third. So 3 possible exchanges are there. Likewise, in this case, second electron can exchange its possible position. It can exchange its position towards this orbital and this orbital. Okay, so d orbital we have 5 types of d orbitals. So in the second type, second electron can shift its position towards this orbital and this orbital. Okay. Now in this case, so that means 2 possible exchanges is seen. Whereas here the third electron can possibly shift its position towards the right side. There is only one possible shift here. So only one arrow mark indicate one possible exchange. Here 2 arrow mark indicate the second from second electron 2 arrow marks are going. Okay, so these 2 arrow marks are indicating the 2 possible exchange, and here the first electron can exchange its position. So 3 arrow mark is indicating, so that is your 3 possible exchanges. Okay, so here in 3d4 orbitals, so it is partially filled, and you can see this orbital is empty here. Okay, so that means it is partially filled. Whereas here it is completely filled. It is completely filled. Yes, here it is partially filled. So that's why, because it is partially filled, only 6 exchanges are possible. Whereas in this case, it is half filled with 5 electrons. Okay, half filled with 5 electrons. So 10 possible exchanges are seen. Okay, so it is said that when the exchange is more, when possible exchange is more exchange energy is released, and that leads to stability, that increases stability. Whereas here exchanges are less, so less exchange energy is released, and that leads to unstability of the atom. Okay, so this is the representation of the chromium atom with 2 different configurations. So this configuration, where d orbital is half filled, it is stable, whereas in this configuration d orbital is partially filled, so it is unstable. Okay, so from this diagram of possible exchanges of electrons position, so from that we can clearly understand that more the exchange of position of electrons in the orbital, more stable it will be, and less exchange of the position of the electrons in the orbital, less stable it will be. Okay, yes, so likewise we understood what is completely filled, what is half filled, and what is partially filled, yes, and what leads to stability. Half filled and completely filled orbitals leads to stability of an atom, whereas partially filled orbital leads to instability of the atom. Fine. So hope you understood this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.